Australia next. And Nick, it seems like the new Rishi used to be the old Death.
Yeah, Science Advisor referred to Rishi Sunak as Dr. Death COVID inquiry here. And this was Dame Angela McLean in a message that seemed to refer to the Eat Out, Help Out scheme. And it turns out it could have been that. She wasn't absolutely certain because it was a long time ago, but the message, the reference was Dr. Death, the Chancellor, and the assumption was it was probably the Eat Out to Help Out, which is a pity because that was a perfectly good scheme. But of course, if you're concerned with infectious disease modelling, like this guy John Edmonds, who was also very against Sunak's actions, then of course you don't care. If you don't care about the economy, if you don't care about the long-term health concerns, if you're totally focused on infectious disease, of course you see it like that. But actually, Eat Out to Help Out was to help the hospitality sector, which was massively struggling at the time. And they do concede here, this person, Edmonds, John Edmonds, professor of infectious disease modelling, does concede that the Eat Out to Help Out didn't actually cause a second wave. He just says the optics were terrible. Well, so what? I mean, why is that so important? Isn't it more important to save businesses? So I don't like that this narrative is being implemented. And whereas the people who really should be questioned, Matt Hancock, some of the things he did, the nursing homes and so on, you have someone here, a spokesperson for COVID-19 bereaved families, and that is horrible, obviously, to be a bereaved family. But they're sort of blaming Sunak and saying, otherwise my mum might still be with me, which I just don't think is...
Also, might is a big word there.
Yeah, it's the lockdown cultists, they're sort of getting away with it in this narrative, and Sunak's being blamed for what I think was a reasonable scheme. Let's look at the lockdown. Where's the proof that actually worked? We know it has massive costs. Where's the proof that it actually worked?
Well, Steve, it is interesting here because, as they point out, as Nick said, that there's no evidence that it did actually increase deaths. It seems more like this person, she's angry because she was wrong.
Well, I think everyone's forgetting that time was elapsing at the time. We're all looking back at it and saying...
I love how time elapses at
the time. No, but because the problem with remembering stuff is you remember it all at once, as if when Eat Out to Help Out was brought out, which I just want to say, when Eat Out to Help Out was announced, I thought it was great until I realised it was about going out to a restaurant rather than an evening in with the missus. It's a shame, that. But just to bring the mood back down from that, I lost both parents to COVID during the pandemic. So this is the thing that impacts me.
I wish I hadn't come to you now.
But I remember, yeah, it's I'm bringing the joy. But when Eat Out to Help Out was announced, we knew less than we knew a year later. And people are looking at it and going, oh, that over-strict end of thing proves that all lockdowns are wrong. Nope. And some people who say you should lock down earlier proves that we should have had more restrictions all through. Nope. You didn't know what was happening right at the start, so you can make an argument about erring on the cautious side. When you did know what was happening, you should have been unlocking quicker. It was always meant to be a short, sharp, break-it lockdown and then get back to it. And this was what we were trying to do at the time, get the economy going again.
Yeah, which is, I guess, the point why we're having this inquiry, to find out these things so we can look at them and hopefully look at the data without getting emotional.
But I'm really sorry to hear about Steve's parents. I didn't know that. But one problem here is that you had this Dame Angela McLean saying, who is this bleep, and then a very derogatory term I can't say. And she was talking about Carl Hennigan, who's Professor of Evidence-Based Medicine at Oxford University. So the other thing that happened is a certain narrative emerged, and if you weren't part of it, you were an idiot, even if you actually were an expert. So that just annoys me that that's still being, that view has not been challenged sufficiently.
Absolutely.